And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GCC's coverage of Vaquero women's basketball, where tonight the Santa Monica College Corsairs roll into town to take on your GCC Vaqueros. I'm Joseph Lund, happy to be on the call for you tonight as the red hot 12-4 Vaqueros start off this 7 p.m. home stretch against the not so hot 2-10 Corsairs. Vaqueros led by head coach Joel Weiss. As now the Vaqueros are going to get booked for a travel to start things off here. Men's team won earlier today for the Vaqueros. Now it's on to the women to finish off this doubleheader. There's Ellen Johnson. Goes in the wing, and yet another travel called. So the two teams trading travels, and it'll be GCC basketball. GCC on a 6-game win streak most recently against College of the Canyons. They won 68-42. Before that, it was a big 73-24 win at West LA. Here's Maestas up top. Goes to Gonzalez inside to French. French floats one up, and that one hits. Chanel French with the first points of the game as she banks that one off the backboard for the layup. French leads the Vaqueros with 13 points a game as GCC leads 2-0. Here's Johnson from the wing. Trying to find a lane, does not have one. Here's Kato. As now triple from Johnson. That one a little bit to the right, no good. GCC basketball the other way in transition. There's French again. And Chanel French makes it 4-0 now for the Vaqueros. Here's Kato now, the main ball handler for the Corsairs. Goes to Johnson on the wing. Gonzalez in defense. Johnson picks up a screen and launches up a three. That one no good. Offensive board by the Corsairs. That one lofted up, but no good from Ava Sweet. Out in the corner, there's Costly for three. That one just short. Rebound by the Corsairs. Here's the Corsairs the other way. There's Sweet out to Johnson. Johnson to Kato. Here's Sweet, 7 on the shot clock. There's Johnson now. Yet another triple, and this time she connects. So Johnson scores the first points for the Corsairs. It's a three-pointer with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Check that, they called it a two-pointer. As now again, Corsair basketball going the other way. As now offensive foul goes against the Corsairs. Offensive foul goes against Leona Ontiveros. Here's Velasquez working to the left, out to Costly. Costly in the corner, there's Maestas. Up top, they reset with Gonzalez. As now another offensive foul called, this time against the Vaqueros. So first possessions, they traded off travels. This time they trade off offensive fouls, and it's Corsair basketball. Here's Johnson now on the wing. Goes to Sweet. Inside they go. That one heaved up, but no good. Nice board by the Corsairs to keep the possession arrow in their direction. Relentless perimeter defense by the Vaqueros, not giving the Corsairs many shots on the inside, as now they have to heave one up. as the shot clock was down to 5. Rebound by Sammy Velasquez. French can't find the first ankle, fouled on the second one. Foul goes against Kimberly Dumit. Check that, foul goes against Sweat, and it'll send French to the line. First one a little too strong from French. On the year, shooting 68% from the free throw line. And she hits her second, so it's a 5-2 basketball game, advantage Vaqueros. Here's Cato up top. Hands it off to Johnson. Johnson trying to find a lane toward the rim, but cannot. As now foul called against the Vaqueros, against Lizzie Gonzalez. Entering now for the Vaqueros, Caitlin Johnson and Anaya Bradley. Johnson 23, Bradley 14. Johnson averaging 9 points a game. She was a big part of the Vaqueros win against Ventura. That one a 62-45 win. As now that one kicked around by the Corsairs, and it's GCC basketball. Here's Sammy Velasquez orchestrating the offense. Picks up a screen from French. Lofts that one up a little bit too strong. French with the offensive board as she drops that one in. As now that one lofted up and in. No need for the backboard as she picks up the points. Foul goes against the Corsairs and Liana Ontiveros. Entering for the Corsairs, Aaliyah Morse. As now Johnson finds a lane inside but can't get that one to fall. French picks up the offensive board. Back to French they go. That one a little bit too short, and that time the Corsairs come away with the rebound. Here's the Corsairs in transition. Here's Sweat, fakes the shot. Doesn't have a lane, goes outside to Johnson. Johnson picks up the screen and passes out of it to Cato. As that one's swatted away by Velasquez. Here's Johnson the other direction, one person to beat, and draws the foul. Foul goes against Morse, and it'll send Johnson to the line. First one from Johnson is good. As Johnson goes 2 for 2 on her trip to the line. And it's 9-4 Vaqueros. Full court pressure from GCC. As it pays off, as here's again Johnson in transition, and this time she drops it in. So a quick 4 points for Johnson as GCC extends the lead to 11-4. 3:26 left in the first. And again, another turnover, and the possession arrow will switch to GCC basketball. Turnover goes against Johnson. Here's Velasquez now. Up top, that one stolen. Ball possession regained. Now Velasquez for three. That one no good. Contested rebound, and it'll stay GCC basketball. As now, great inbound play there by GCC. Sets up Anaya Bradley for the wide open layup. Makes it a 13-4 basketball game. As GCC quickly pulling away here in the first. Foul goes against Caitlin Johnson, and entering now is Ashley Medrano. And so Santa Monica will take a timeout, and we'll be back momentarily here on the GCC Sports Network. So Santa Monica basketball as we get back, 13-4 basketball game, 2:45 left in the first. As now they go inside, and that one's stolen by Anaya Bradley. Bradley lost the dribble momentarily, had to pass to not double dribble, and it's Corsair basketball. As now another steal as Maestas regains, and it's GCC basketball. Here's Maestas from the wing, goes inside to Bradley outside. There's French. GCC moving the ball well as they go back to French near the baseline. Up top to Johnson. Johnson just short on the triple. Ball hits off of French, and it's Santa Monica basketball. GCC right now 5 of 12 from the field. Santa Monica only 2 of 7. As Ava Sweet tosses that one away, and again, it's GCC basketball. Already 7 turnovers for the Corsairs with 1:30 left to play in the first. Here's Costley, goes to Velasquez, to Johnson. Johnson crashes inside, but that one swatted away. Tried to regain the dribble, but could not. And so it's Corsair basketball. .113 left in the first. GCC with relentless full court pressure. That's now a double dribble called. And the full court pressure continues to pay off as again it's GCC basketball looking to distance their already 9-point lead. Here's Velasquez, makes a nice move, gets past two, but can't drop it in for two.
On the jump ball, possession arrow, Santa Monica. Less than 1 minute in the period.
Here's Kato facing a double team at her own free throw line. Forced to make a desperation pass, and that one sails out of bounds. It's the 8th turnover for the Corsairs, and again, Vaquero basketball. Here's Bradley now. Goes to Velasquez. Velasquez for a triple, and that one hits. Sammy Velasquez leads the team with a 37% three-point percentage. They're adding to it and adding to the lead as it's now 16-4 Vaqueros. 21 seconds, and it's again another errant pass. And again, it'll be Vaquero basketball. So everything going right early on for the Vaqueros. 15 seconds now in the first. Here's Velasquez now, working to the right. Finds a wide open Costly. That one is a little long. And Anaya Bradley fouled by Kimberly Dumit, so she'll go to the line and shoot two.
Kimberly Newman. First personal. 5 teams. Shooting foul for Anaya Bradley. 2 times.
15 foul for the Corsairs. And the first one from Bradley lands. Bradley averaging 5 a game, shooting 62% from the free throw line. But, takes a moment to tie her shoe. Second one hits from Bradley, and it's an 18-4 basketball game. Clock within 5. Corsairs looking to get one off, and Bradley picks that one off. So at the end of one, it's all GCC as the Vaqueros lead 18-4. We'll be back momentarily for second quarter action here on the GCC Sports Network. So we welcome you back now for second quarter action. A fresh 10 minutes up on the board. Quick recap of the first quarter. All GCC as they lead 18-4 over Santa Monica. Here's Costly, goes to Bradley, to Velasquez, to Medrano. There's Bradley, mid-range jumper, wide left. As now again another interception by Bradley. Flings one up as Velasquez comes down with the rebound. Here's Johnson now for 3. That one no good. As now nice find by the Corsairs inside their Sweat. Goes up top. And the lay-in by Kimberly Dumit. That makes it 18-6 now. So nice response by the Corsairs. out of the first quarter, trying to stay in this one. As Bradley gets that one to fall. And that gets the Vaqueros to 20. Here's Kato. As long two from Johnson, and that one lands. Here's Costley scanning the court, goes to Bradley. Bradley fakes the jumper. Now ends up in Johnson on the wing. To Costley, to Medrano. Medrano inside to Johnson. Johnson loses her footing. Re-entering now for the Vaqueros, two starters, Maria Maestas and Shadell French. Here's Kato, makes a nice move on Velasquez. Out in the corner, there's Johnson. Johnson now brings it up top. Johnson looking for an opening and can't find one. 5 seconds called against the Corsairs, and again, it's Vaquero basketball. Here's Velasquez, goes to Johnson. Johnson for three. That one no good. Here's Kato now again, setting up the offense for Santa Monica. Kato looking for an open lane. Velasquez not giving her one. That's handed off to Ontiveros. There's Johnson. 5 on the shot clock. Has to heave one up. Can't find the rim, and it'll be GCC basketball. Here's Velasquez. Goes to Maestas. Finds French in the middle, but that one's swatted away by Dumit. As now trying to work quickly in transition, but not able to. As now foul goes against Ontiveros. Ontiveros had a step on Velasquez, however, the pass brought it right back to Velasquez. That's Ontiveros' third personal. Look a little shooken up after the play. There's Velasquez, makes a nice move and draws the foul.
Santa Monica foul number 10. Davina Venilahu, first personal, second team.
Here's the first one from Velasquez. That one a little bit off the mark. Velasquez on the year, 70% from the line. First one no good, but the second one lands. 21-8 ball game as GCC continues to add on to the lead. Here's Sweat. Tries to work inside, went for the bounce pass, and that one's stolen by Velasquez. Velasquez in transition to Johnson for three, just off the mark. Velasquez picks up the hustle offensive board. Here's Maestas to Johnson. Johnson working toward the baseline. Lofts that one up, no good. Rebound by Dumit, Corsair basketball. Here's Johnson now. 5 on the shot clock. As now a desperation heave, but the buzzer sounded. So shot clock violation against the Corsairs. It'll be Vaquero basketball. Leandra Nazarian checks in for the Vaqueros. Corsairs still yet to get to double digits. Vaqueros with the ball and 21 points. Maestas makes a nice pass inside to Johnson, and Johnson drops it in. It's 23-8 now. Kato hands it off to Johnson. They've been the main two ball handlers for the Corsairs. As now, that was an up the elevator shot, but went well over the rim. Here's Velasquez. Back to Velasquez on the wing. Makes a nice cut and is fouled. Foul goes against number 11, Kimberly Dumit.
Number 11, Kimberly Dumit. Second personal. 13.
And Dumit will send the sophomore out of Birmingham Charter to the line in Sammy Velasquez. Second one from Velasquez hits. So now here's Kato again to Johnson. There they go to Ontiveros. Back to Johnson. Velasquez now 5 on the shot clock, and that one blocked by Velasquez. 3 Vaqueros there to settle under the rebound, and Nazarian's the one that falls on it. Nazarian now for the triple, and that one's on the money.
Leandra Nazarian. Bingo.
Here's Kato now. Picks up the screen from Dumit, goes outside to Sweat. Sweat now. GCC not letting up in the defensive category. Now up by 20. Long 3 from Johnson, and that one hits. That finally gets the Corsairs into double-digit land, and it's 28-11. Here's Johnson now. Goes to Maestas. Maestas hooks that one up and drops it in. As now subs for the Vaqueros. Entering the Canadian, Lily Harvey.
For a substitution timeout for Glendale, 13, Sammy Velasquez out. For the Vaqueros, 34, Lily Harvey.
Here's Kato. Goes to Johnson. Here's Sweat now. Kato makes a nice move on the fake jumper. Goes to Dumit, but French says not today. Johnson again for 3. That one too strong off the back iron. Here's Maestas. Thought about the 3, takes it. That one no good. Offensive board by French. That one a little too strong. As now Nazarian fumbled the pass for the moment, but regained. Here's Maestas now. Goes to Johnson to French. Here's Harvey crashing inside, goes to the corner for Maestas. Maestas for 3, and that one hits.
Thank you, Lily Harvey.
As now GCC tripled the score of the Corsairs. It's 33-11. As now Kato flings that one up, and that one no good. Johnson the other way. Loses the dribble, but Maestas able to regain. As much as it'll be the offense that gets the headlines for the Vaqueros, it's been the defense supplying all of these opportunities. 15 turnovers for the Corsairs. That's been the real story. As now Harvey with the jumper picks up the foul. She'll go to the line. Ontiveros, we're not to half yet, already 4 personal fouls.
14 fouls.
So that sends Harvey to the free throw line. Harvey on the year, 83% from the line, and the first one hits.
One more.
Second one, no good.
Glendale foul. 34. Lily Harvey, first personal.
Foul goes against Harvey, 25 left in the half. As Kato not able to pick up the inbound pass, and so again, GCC basketball. Johnson cool, calm, and collected as the clock winds within 10. Johnson to Maestas. Back to Johnson up top, long range 3. That one no good, off wide to the left. Half court shot 2 and the half. That one no good. So that brings this first half to the close, where it's been all GCC up to this point, as GCC will head into half up 34-11 over Santa Monica. We'll be back momentarily with second half action on the GCC Sports Network. And so we welcome you back now out of the half for second half action here between GCC and Santa Monica. GCC big time lead up 34-11 over the Corsairs. I'm Joseph Lund, happy to be on the call now as we get set. Fresh 10 minutes up on the clock for second half action as the GCC looks to continue their dominant lead and close things out. GCC entering this game with a 6-game win streak. They're currently 2-0 in conference play after wins against West LA and Canyons. As now here's Johnson for three. That one well off the mark, and so it'll be GCC basketball. Here's Velasquez getting things going for the Vaqueros. It was the Vaqueros' defense that really allowed their offense to get going in that first half for 16 turnovers as a defensive unit. That compared to only 7 turnovers for GCC as now Velasquez crashes inside. That pulls a defender over, leaving Shadell French wide open for the first bucket of the second half for GCC. Nice move by Velasquez to open up space for French as she picks up the assist. As now Johnson, again another three, and this time she connects. Santa Monica 2 of 9 from behind the arc on the night. Velasquez too costly, scanning the court. Dribbles, then picks it up, so has to go to Velasquez. Finds Gonzalez. Gonzalez crashing on the inside, lofting one up. That one no good. And Santa Monica gets the rebound. Santa Monica 9 three-pointers shot on the night. 17 field goal shot on the night. They've shot more three-pointers than twos on the night. 9 threes, 8 twos. It's been relentless perimeter defense from GCC. Santa Monica's just not been able to get inside to the paint for an open look. As now that's exactly what Ella Costley does as she picks up some points in the paint, and it's 38-14. Here's Johnson now, skates past Gonzalez, but can't get the pass by Maestas. Here's Velasquez, lofts one over to Costley. Here's Velasquez now, 10 on the shot clock. Costley crashes inside, goes to French. French baseline jumper, that one no good. Costley gets the rebound. As now Maestas for the triple. That one also off the mark, this time the board by Santa Monica. Here's Cotto, gets inside and scoops that one underneath French, off the board and in. Here's Velasquez now resetting things with 7 on the shot clock. Maestas for 3. That one no good. Resets it back to a fresh 20 on the shot clock. As the Vaqueros pick up the board, Costley to Maestas. This time she hits it. Second time's a charm for Mariah Maestas. And it's 41-16. Johnson skates past the defender, but can't get it to fall a little too strong off the backboard. Maestas again, opposite corner, same shot. That one hits as well. And so the momentum train continuing to roll, closing in on W Station as now Corsairs are going to take a timeout as GCC leads 44-16. We'll be back momentarily. So we welcome you back now out of the timeout. Nothing really changing in the game script so far. GCC continuing to roll, leading 44-16 over Santa Monica. Here's Sweat now on the inbound. As tries to pass it back to Cato. Velasquez gets the steal, but then at a desperation backwards pass leads to a jump ball, but it'll stay Vaquero basketball. Maestas, after the 2 threes, leads all scorers with 11. Here's Johnson now. Goes back to Bradley. That one off the mark, but the rebound by Maestas. And a double dribble called. Hasn't been a one-man show for GCC across the floor. 11, 2, 6, 6, and 7 points among the 5 on the floor. As now Maestas to Bradley, and the fast break score. Anaya Bradley showing off the accelerator there on the fast break points. Looked to be her flyer or something she was swatting at. As now nice spin move there. Unable to get it to fall is Benoyahu. And it stays Santa Monica basketball. Inbound from Johnson, here's Sweat. Back to Johnson. Johnson in defense. Johnson goes to Dumit. Dumit gets the pass, and Sweat drops that one in. There's Costly. Here's Madrano now on the wing. Finds Bradley. Bradley gets past Dumit, not able to drop that one in, too strong off the backboard. Santa Monica going the other way with numbers. However, that pass sails out of bounds and up into the bleachers, and it's GCC basketball. Entering now for GCC, Leandra Nazarian. Here's Johnson now. Lucky not to pick up the pivot foot there. Johnson now skates past two defenders and drops that one in. That's 8 points now for Caitlin Johnson. Yahoo is spinning, looking for an open angle, draws the foul. Foul goes against number 14, Anaya Bradley. Here's Johnson to Cato. Inside to Sweat. Sweat able to regain possession. And a timeout called by Santa Monica. So GCC leads 48-18. We'll take a quick break and be back momentarily after the timeout. So we're back now after the timeout. It's been an absolutely relentless defensive effort from GCC. The Corsairs tonight, 18 points, and now make that 19 turnovers. As now, GCC not able to connect on the fast break, so the possession arrow goes right back to the Corsairs. Here's Sweat on the inside, fakes the shot. Second one swatted away by Bradley. Under 2 minutes now in the third quarter. Johnson slowing things down for GCC. There's Costly, wide open three. Rattles in and out, offensive board by Bradley. Johnson now contested three, and that one hits. Santa Monica shooting 30%, 3 of 10 from three. All three of their triples have come from Johnson. Long range three, that one no good from Medrano. Anaya Bradley, quite the acrobatic effort as she flew out of bounds trying to save that one. Unable to, and it's Santa Monica basketball. Cato works her way to the inside, not able to get the finish. Under a minute now, 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Nazarian, long range two. That one just short. Nazarian gets her own board, goes up top, and drops it in. Great second effort there by Nazarian. As now that one no good from Cato. That layup there by Nazarian brings GCC to 50. As an offensive foul against Medrano. Check that against Bradley. Cato wisely letting it roll. Game clock now under 5 as a travel is called by Johnson.
On the double dribble, ball awarded to Glendale, 3.6.
Here's Johnson, got to work quickly if she wants to get a shot off. Able to get one Little too much momentum into that one, and it's no good. So at the end of 3 quarters, your score, GCC 50, Santa Monica 21. So we're back on the GCC Sports Network, 50-21. Big time lead for the Vaqueros. Looking to close this one out, just 10 minutes stand in their way as we begin fourth quarter action. Johnson now picks up the screen from Dumit, fires up a three, that one's short. Rebound by Costley. Johnson controlling the pace of play, slowing things down. Here's Nazarian. Under 10 now on the shot clock. Here's Johnson. Works inside, goes underneath 2 defenders, but can't get the layup to fall. As now Santa Monica on the fast break, as that one goes in and out. Here's Costley now from the corner. That one well off the mark. Here's Cato, goes to Sweat. Sweat loses the dribble. It's picked up by Ashley Medrano. Here's Harvey on the fast break. Can't get that one to fall. Sweat now spinning, looking for the open angle. Finds it and banks that one in. Johnson too costly to Nazarian. Nazarian from the elbow, and that one lands. Here's Cato, goes to Johnson. Johnson leads for Santa Monica with 13 points on the night. Here's Dumit now from the baseline. Goes to Sweat. Sweat fakes the three. Mid-range jumper, and that one lands. Velasquez now acting as the point guard for GCC. Here's Harvey spinning. Back to Velasquez. Velasquez fakes a three. Goes inside, now out to Costley. To Nazarian for three. That one no good. Rebound by Ella Costley. Here's Nazarian again from the wing for three. That one also no good. Another offensive board. And the mid-range jumper hits for Ashley Madrano.
Rebound basket. Ashley
54-25 game now, as Cato makes a nice move. Sweeps past two GCC defenders and drops that one in.
following the basket, timeout on the court. This is a 30
So a quick 30-second timeout now for Santa Monica. And so we're back after the 30-second timeout. Here's Madrano. Goes to Nazarian. Nazarian to Harvey, back to Madrano. Inside to Velasquez, working on Johnson, goes out to Costly for the triple. That one no good. As now here's Santa Monica in the fast break bucket for Ontiveros. Here's Velasquez now, can't get past Sweat. Goes out to Costly in the corner. As Costly tried to go right on the baseline out to Nazarian. However, that one sails into the seats. And so it's Santa Monica basketball. Here's Cato scanning the court. Picks up the screen from Sweat. Ontiveros now. Back to Cato, 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sweat now, crashing inside. And a foul is called. Foul goes against Lily Harvey.
Glendale foul, 34, Lily Harvey, second personal. First of the period. To the free throw line, Ava Sweat.
First one a little too strong for Sweat. Second one lands. That cuts the lead down to just 24 for GCC. Here's Harvey, goes to Nazarian in the corner, to Costly in the corner. Now here's Harvey, makes a nice move to get left, goes outside. There's Gonzalez for three. That one no good, a little bit too strong, hits off the right iron. Now here's Madrano to Harvey for the triple. That one no good. As now bobbled around, but picked up by Santa Monica. There's Johnson left alone on the wing. That one no good. Gets her own rebound and collects interest off the bank. Gonzalez makes a nice cut towards the basket and drops that one in. Here's Johnson now for the triple. And again, string music for Ellen Johnson. Johnson leads all scorers with 18 points on the night. Johnson again for three, feeling the hot hand, and again hits. Now 21 for Ellen Johnson. Ellen Johnson definitely been the bright spot on the night for Santa Monica. 5 for 12 from three. That's a big chunk of change in her 21 points. As now here's Gonzalez working past Johnson, and one.
And one. Count the basket. Santa Monica foul. 30, Cadence Johnson, first personal. The basket's good.
Gonzalez to make it a three-point play, and she does. Now Oliveros for three, that one no good, wide left. Harvey bringing the ball up the court. Gonzalez now goes outside to Medrano, too costly. Here's Costly now, left all alone for three, that one no good. Rebound by the Corsairs. Rebound by Morse. As now Cato works through pressure. Goes outside to Johnson, to Morse. Morse for the long two, that one no good. Offensive board by Santa Monica. They go outside again to Morse, to Cato. Morse working inside. Goes to Dumit, that one floated up, but just a little short. Here's Costly now. Goes out to Medrano for the triple, and that one lands.
Ashley Medrano, bingo!
Minute 45 left now in the game as GCC looks to close this one out. Clock now down to 1:30. Here's Costly on the baseline, goes back up and resets. There's Gonzalez for three. That one no good. GCC's foot remains on the gas pedal with 1:13 left now as a foul goes against the Vaqueros.
Glendale foul number 3, Leah Gonzalez, third personal foul. Second team, out of bounds.
Here's Cato. And a double dribble is called. Check that, it's a carry called against Cato, and it's Vaquero ball. Here's Gonzalez now. Here's Costly for three. That one no good. Nazarian now goes to Gonzalez. To Costly, to Harvey, to Nazarian for the triple. And that one lands for Leandra Nazarian. All gas, no brakes for the Vaqueros. Johnson now to match the three. That one no good. So with 40 seconds left, that's the fifth personal foul for Liana Ontiveros, so she fouls out. As now that one's stolen by Santa Monica on the fast break. They draw the foul. Lily Harvey with the foul. That sends Davina Benoyahu to the line.
Glendale foul 34, Lily Harvey, third personal foul. That's 3 team fouls.
First one lands for Benoyahu. High scores on each side. Ellen Johnson with 21 for Santa Monica. And Mariah Maestas for GCC. She had 11. It's been an even scoring bout among all the Vaqueros. 11 for Maestas, 9 for French, 8 for Bradley, Nazarian, and Johnson. Ashley Madrano with 7. Sammy Velasquez with 6. Gonzalez with 5. Costley with 2. And Harvey with 1 on the free throw line. And so Gonzalez will dribble this one out. And GCC is going to walk away victorious with the big league win over Santa Monica. We go final here, 65-39. So yet another big league win for the Vaqueros as they improve to 13-4 and add to now a 7-game win streak. They'll be on the road against Bakersfield this Saturday. And so we go final here, GCC. The winners 65-39. I'm Joseph Lund saying good night, everybody.
Find those waste receptacles. There's going to be some vehicle and pedestrian traffic as you leave the campus. Pedestrian